Hello everyone. Today we are going to have a look on a scenario-based question. This is quite popular scenario-based question for Tableau interview. The objective is to determine the products that together garners the maximum sales. So we need to determine which two products, if sold together, will have maximum sales. So in this example, we need to create certain this kind of visualization so that we can quickly identify which two products is giving maximum sales when sold together. So when accessories is being sold with the appliances, it's 514, the sales is 514. When accessories is sold with binder, it's 1767. Similarly, we need to compare one subcategory with rest of all the subcategory. So combine product of one subcategory with another subcategory. So accessories plus appliances, what's the sales? Accessories plus art, what's the sales? Accessory plus binders, what's the sales? Through this visualization, we can easily identify that 3049, which is paper, this is the maximum sales. So that means when paper and binders, these two things are sold together, we are getting the maximum sales. So that means our customer can have a combo of papers and binders because these two products are sold together most of the time. The count is 3049. I'm not talking about the amount, I'm talking about the count, how many products are sold. So papers and binders sold together 3049. Okay, that's the maximum throughout all the visualization. So how we can create this visualization? So first of all, let's go to our sample superstore. So I'll connect with my sample superstore data. Okay, and I'll go on to the sheet. The first thing is subcategory. So usually what people try to do is have a subcategory and then have a subcategory on the top and some kind of this visualization. This is what people starts with. I would recommend you that before going on to the solution, try to create this visualization on your own. Give your 100% to create this visualization on your own. And if it's still not, then you can come back to the video and can see the solution. But to understand this problem clearly, you have to try it on your own first. Now, usually people go with this approach. They always put a subcategory over here and subcategory in the columns because obviously we can see the rows and columns both are having subcategory and one subcategory is being combined with another subcategory. So the first approach is people used to put columns and rows in the separate categories and then simply count of order ID into the text graph. Now, obviously, this will not give the required result because in a raw data, if you go into the raw data, you only get in a single row, there is only one subcategory. So in this row, if there is a bookcases, it does not have a bookcases. So it cannot combine with the bookcases. All the bookcases can be clubbed as sum of or count of order ID. All the chairs can be grouped as count of chairs, but you cannot add bookcases plus chairs. You cannot add one row by another row. So that's the problem what you will be facing over here. The all accessories got combined. So total sales, total count of accessories is 775. Total count of appliances is this much. But we don't need their count. We need their comparison, their addition with another subcategory members. So this solution will not work. So what we need to do? So what we need to do is we need to use here self join. So if you don't know about the self join is basically joining the same table by itself. So there's a lot of study materials present onto the internet. You can go over there and you can search for self join if you are not confident. If you're going for interview related to SQL or related to Tableau or any database related thing, there will be a lot of questions onto the self join. So be prepared for the self join questions. So what is self join? Basically joining the same table by itself. So the problem here is I cannot add this bookcases by this chairs. I cannot add one row by another row. So what I'm going to do is I will create one more database. I'll create one more table, not database, but a table. So what I'll do, I'll take the orders again. In the physical layer, I will drag and drop orders again and I will join them. Now the most suitable join condition for this problem is customers. So that we can, because one customer can buy multiple products and we can see which customer is buying these things together and those things together. So basically I'm choosing the customer ID. So order customer ID is being joined by again order stable customer ID. This is what we call self join. Right now I'm using the inner join. So this is self join. I'm joining the orders tables by orders tables because the two tables are same. They have the same data. That's why this is called self join. The self join is not very recommended join because obviously it will duplicate your data. When your one customer will be joined by itself again and again, it could obviously it will multiply your data. So ideally in orders table there's around 9,000 records, but if I self join them, you can see it's taking a lot of time because the data has got duplicated. In our sample super store we have around 9,000 records, but because the data got duplicated it's taking time. It's have certainly increased from 9,000 to a lot amount, and that's why it's taking time to reload the data. Now you can see that 9,000 got changed into 1,56,000, which is even more than twice or thrice. It's even a lot. So you can see how much data got duplicated. That's why self join is not best option until unless absolutely necessary. Usually we use self join for getting the same records from the same table, and we do it into the SQL because in SQL it does not store into the permanent memory. So, but here, until unless not required, do not go for the self join or cross join into the table. But in this situation, we have to go for the self join. Now, once you have done the self join, you got two subcategories. One is from your original orders table and one is from your duplicate orders table. Now we'll compare the subcategory of order one table with the subcategory of orders table. So instead of pulling subcategory both from the single table, I'll pull it from different tables. So one is from normal orders tables and second one is from order one table. Now, because these two are different tables and they got joined, they can be clubbed together. Now it's not like they are getting combined one row by second row. It's like getting combined from one data source to another data source, one table to another table. So we can quickly get count of order ID, accessories plus appliances, accessories plus art, accessories plus binders. Everything is coming now. So it's very close to our requirement. Now it's being used as a highlighted map to clearly see which is higher and which is lower. So I'll use the highlight chart. Okay. Now one difference is that here you can see these things are removed. So accessories, we don't want to compare accessories plus accessory because it doesn't make sense. Simply accessories plus accessories is the total sum of accessories. Appliances and appliances is the total sum of appliances. So it doesn't make sense because we need to compare two different subcategories. So we need to get rid of these data. To get rid of this data, we'll simply use the filter condition. Okay, we'll simply say that whenever subcategory of order one is equals to subcategory of order two, do not show them, or vice versa. So I'll create a calculated field quickly and give a condition. Or better, let's name it duplicate check, duplicacy check, something. I can simply say that if subcategory is not equals to subcategory of this, then true, else false. And remember, in true false condition, you need not to give these things because by default, even if I skip this part and if I skip the if part, it will ultimately give the same result. If this condition satisfy, it will give true, else it will give false. So I need not to write if else clause, but if you are not comfortable with this thing, you can write it into if and else clause format as well. By default, any comparison will result in true and false only. So I need not to write that if condition. So I'll simply do okay and put this thing into the filter. And I want only true values. That means whenever the subcategory of order is not equal to subcategory of order one. So I'll do okay. And because Here both were equal, so they got blank. Now through this visualization, I can clearly see the most darker point or most darker cell is when there's a paper and binder. So that means combined sales of paper and binder is highest. I can see the same result over here also when binders is there and paper is there. It's again 3049 and 3049. These are the highest. So looking into this visualization, we can clearly say that when papers are sold with binders, they are being sold most of the time, or their sales is higher. Hopefully you understand this problem. Do let me know into the comments if any doubt or any suggestions. We'll continue with more scenario based questions to help you guys into interview. So thanks for watching the video.